قال في كتاب العزيز والفرقان المجيد بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وقضى ربك ألا تعبدوا إلا إياه وبالوالدين إحسانا إما يبلغن عندك الكبر أحدهما أو كلاهما فلا تقل لهما أف ولا تنهرهما وقل لهما قولا كريما واخفض لهما جناح الذل من الرحمة وقل رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. My respected brothers, elders, sisters, youngsters, we praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We thank Him, tremendous bounties that He has given us. And one bounty that we all share in common, none of us would have been here, would be alive, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had not blessed us with this bounty. And that is our parents. Each and every one of us, and in the entire universe from the dawn of time, there are only 3 individuals that do not share this bounty with us. But every single person in this masjid, in this world, has a mother and a father. The only people that do not share this is Adam alayhi salam, Hawa alayhi salam, and Isa alayhi salam. 3 individuals. Adam, peace be upon him, made without a mother and a father. Hawa radiallahu anha came from a man without any female. Isa alayhi salam comes from a female without a male. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has shown through His miracle and His power that He can do فَعَالٌ لِمَا يُرِيد. He does whatever He pleases. But all of us, we have a mother and we have a father. Although it may not seem connected, but what's happening with the Uyghur Muslims, what's happening with the Muslims and other minorities in India, what's happening with the Rohingya Muslims and other minorities as well, Palestinian Muslims, and you name it, all over the world, not only just Muslims but minorities, where there's atrocities, heinous crimes against humanity taking place, there's a deep connection between those crimes and the value you and I have for our parents. There's a very deep connection. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in a narration mentions, authentic narration, talking about the major sins. And he starts off sallallahu alaihi wasallam with the first one and says, ascribing partners to Allah. That's one of the major sins. The first one, ascribing partners to Allah. After this, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentions disobedience to the parents. And what's unique is the third one, what makes this whole, put it into context for us, is the third major sin, which is murder. And a person, if you were to think for a second, ascribing partners to Allah, okay, Allah is supreme, everything belongs to Allah, you have to return to Allah, okay, I get that. Second one, disobedience to parents, okay, I see it a pattern in the Quran, follows a pattern in Hadith. But then why is murder placed after disobedience of the parents? Murder in itself, such a huge crime. And these murders and atrocities that are taking place all over the world. Before that, Rasulullah ﷺ has put disobedience to the parents. And if you look into our life, our culture, specifically our American culture, this second major crime after recognizing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or ascribing partners to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rather as a sin is the biggest crime, and it's prevalent in our society. It's prevalent in the media, in movies, in shows, everywhere. It's echoed again and again. due to individualism. Today, I'd like us to reflect and think about the rights of our parents and how we can, from today, try to use this discussion to carry it on and have it with our family members, whatever our shortcomings may be. And if I were to ask the people in this gathering, how many of us have parents that are alive? And how many of us have parents that have passed away? I'm pretty much going to get either a 50-50 or a 70-30 split, whatever it is. And from those whose parents are alive, if I ask how many of you have parents that are with you, that are in proximity, close proximity, either live with you or down the block or 15, 20 minutes away or within an hour, maybe another half out of those who have parents alive. And the rest will say, they're not close, they're alive, perhaps left overseas, and I say the word left, or in a different state, some university students. So we are on different, this is the spectrum, and you know where you stand. And different discussions need to happen to acknowledge our mistakes and our shortcomings for those of us who migrated here, came here, and again, I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to pass judgment on who is right, who is wrong. And there's so many different cases. Someone came over, had 7, 8 siblings, didn't have any means of sustenance or job, and economy was down, resources were scarce, so they decided, let me take the leap, let me figure this out for my family. And they came as saviors and heroes for their family back home. Their family from the country they migrated, they are sending money, taking care of them, and some taking care of families. Dozens of people, just one individual here taking care of them. That's one situation, one type of person. Another had the comfort, had the luxuries, had the house, the wealth, the status, safety wasn't an issue, resources were fine, and still came. And in between these two, there are many of us. The question that I'd like those of us who have done this to ask ourselves first, what we have done, number one. And number two, have we had that realization? After having that realization, have we had that conversation with our children? And again, like I said, it's all connected. Everything's connected. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam inspires us to recognize the status of our parents. When it comes to wealth, and here's a phenomenon, a common phenomenon, that the youth, graduate, those of us especially in senior year of high school looking to go on to college, you know, a lot of parents come up and they say, my child wants to go to a university and wants to go far away. Having that kind of question in New York, it's troubling. It's troubling. If you were in the Midwest or you were in the suburbs or upstate New York where there was like one university and they specialized in 2, 3 things, fine. But in New York City, the ample universities that we have, and pretty much all the fields you can look into might not be the best, but everything's available. And to have that question that, oh, I want to go to there and I want to go out of state and I want to live and dorm at a university. I mean, this is something that most parents are commonly facing, and youth want to do this. And that's a problem. That's a problem. Islamically, that's a problem. Again, I'm not here to judge. Different cases, different scenarios, but I'm trying to share a general spirit of Islam. Abu Darda radiallahu anhu says that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, my good friend, sometimes he would use these words so beautifully, my good friend Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he advised me 9 things. I'm not going to go through the 9 things, just one of them. One of them puts this discussion into context for us. What does Islam want? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, وَأَطِعْ وَالِدَيْكَ, and obey your parents. Telling Abu Darda radiallahu anh, 9 things, one of the 9 things. Obey your parents. And here is to elaborate and explain what that means. وَإِنْ أَمَرَاكَ أَن تَخْرُجَ مِن دُنْيَاكَ. And if they command you to leave the dunya, that degree that you could have at a university that's better than the university in your hometown, and you can leave that and settle for a lesser, more prestigious university, leave it. If you find a job that's paying you $150,000, $200,000, and you're going to have to go to Texas while your parents stay here, and that's pretty much the end of the discussion, without any transition, and your job here is $150,000 less, $100,000 less, leave it. If they command you to leave the dunya, Rasulullah ﷺ says, فَخْرُجْ لَهُمَا. Leave it for them. Sacrifice it for them. This is direct commandment of Rasulullah ﷺ. The question we should be asking is, why does my child want to leave me? How is that connected to the atrocities and the crimes taking place all over the world among the Muslims? Let us delve further. Who's more important? My children? Do they take priority? Or my parents? Who's more important? A man comes with an axe, you're a tree, and says to you, listen, either I cut your roots, I cut the trunk or the roots, base over your tree, or I cut the branches. Which one do you want? Take the branches. Take the fruits. Emotionally, we're like, oh, the little child, we have to protect them. Yes, no doubt about it. Any parent or grandparent would do the same. Don't worry about me, take care of the children. That's normal. That's how it's supposed to be. But in terms of prioritizing, not looking at a very extreme case of life and death, in terms of prioritizing who takes precedence, it's the parents. It's the parents. If you cut off my roots, it makes no sense. I'm gone, I'm finished. Forget about the branches, everything's gone. But if you take the branch, then at least I survive and my parents. Again, we are reminded through a narration in which, and most of you probably have heard this before, about the three men, right? It's raining and they're traveling, authentic hadith, and they take refuge inside a cave of a mountain, and a boulder falls in front of the hole of the mountain. And the cave. And Rasulullah ﷺ, while talking about this, mentions that the three men decide that in order to get out of this predicament, in order to push this, try to get this boulder away, they first use their strength but not able to do so. Three men not capable. They finally decide and sit down, let us make dua. Let us, some amal, salih amal, good deed that we did, let us three make dua to Allah. One good deed that we did in our life, that we feel He accepted it. He accepted it. And ask Allah, Allah, move this boulder for us. Otherwise, we're going to die here. So I'm not going to go through again all three. Just one, and you can look into it. One man says, oh Allah, and he's the first to go. He says, oh Allah, I was a shepherd. I would take the sheep. I would have them graze. And then when I return home, I would milk the sheep. I would take the milk. I would first give it to my parents before giving it to my children. I would give it to my parents before giving it to my children. They were small, very small. The hadith describes very small children. He says, one day I got delayed. I was late. So when I arrive, I milk the sheep, and I come to my parents. They're sleeping. I'm sure you've heard this. They're sleeping. I stand by their heads. And I hold the vessel of milk, while my two kids are crying at my feet, give me milk, give me milk. Until dawn, this situation stayed. Until dawn, until the time of Fajr, from night, my kids cried themselves to sleep, and I held the milk for my parents, because I don't know when they'll wake up and what they would want, when they would want it. And he says, oh Allah, if you believe this is a good deed and you've accepted it, Oh Allah, remove this boulder. Show me the sky. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala removes the boulder and they see the sky. Who's more important? Today, and look at our society, and you probably even know. This is not something I'm bringing from, again, far away. We have families that have their parents living in the garage. Turn the garage, which is not legal anyway, turn the garage into a room, there's no heating system, and make it quote unquote fancy and nice, and that's where the parents stay. And where are the husband and wife? In the master bedroom, comfortable. Have they even tried one night to sleep in that garage? Have they slept, or basement? And then the conversations start and the discussions that, well, we spoke to them. Remember when you, those of us who commuted, spoke to your parents and said, listen, I'm going to go to America. I'm going to go and it's a better opportunity, more money, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to send money back. And what did they say? Could we have understood what they wanted? What was inside their hearts? Did they want you to go? No, they didn't. Because you realize this when your child now wants to go to a university and leave you for 4 years, 6 years, 8 years, and then get a job in 10, 20, and forever leave and ask you the question, can I take this step? Now you feel it, and you have that discussion with your wife, or the wife has it with the husband, one convincing the other, it's okay, but why doesn't he understand? It's fine. You know, let her or him get out there, let him get this opportunity. And you feel that pain. One thing that's not happening is that discussion itself. Sitting your children down, because when they're growing up, they're going to ask the question, Mom, Dad, where's Grandma and Grandpa? Where are my grandparents? And you're just like, and it's a conversation, not a real conversation. And accepting or explaining. Listen, I was that one child out of the 8, and I'm sending money back. I'm taking care of 20, 30 people. Don't have ikhlas at that moment. Don't have sincerity. I don't want my kids to know how much I'm helping. No, they need to know. They need to understand what sacrifices you made and why. And those of us, I had all the wealth. I was comfortable. I was good. And parents, I left them. And I just want to let you know, I made a mistake. I made a mistake. Accept it. Open yourself to that. I asked a young boy, 10, 11 years old, Sunday school student, asked him, you know, we're just having a conversation about cleanliness. I said, you know, how often do you clean the bathroom? And he says, what? He gave me a strange look. 11, 12-year-old boy. Gave me a strange look, and he says, what? I said, you don't clean the bathroom? He said, no, that's my grandmother's job. That's my grandmother's job. I said, no one else cleans the bathroom? He's like, I don't know. I only see her doing it. That's where the parents are. And now I'm not going to get into, again, disclaimer. I should have said this before. Don't take this discussion and now go home and start fighting with the wife about where the mom and dad need to go and cause chaos and problems in home. I mean, please don't do that. See, Imam Nawawi rahimahullah, even in Riyadh al-Salihin, he brings almost 30, 40 hadiths before he brings a hadith that talks about Umar radiallahu anhu wanting his son to divorce his wife. Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu anhu, he wanted his son to divorce his wife. Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu anhu said, no, I'm not going to do it. Umar radiallahu anhu goes to Rasulullah sallallahu and says, I want him to divorce his wife. He's not doing it. Rasulullah then says, listen to your father. Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu anhu divorces his wife. We take that one hadith out of context and use it as a weapon for our own benefit, forgetting why Imam Nawawi he brings that as one of the last hadiths in the chapter of the rights of the parents. Before that, he brings all the hadiths about paying their bills, all the hadiths taking care of them, not cursing at them, not abusing them, all hadiths talking about their rights in other aspects of our life. Staying with them, talking with them, being friends with them, all of those, taking out the garbage, not staying on the video games, and listening to their needs, Rather than having the mother who asks again and again and again, do this, son, do this, son. 3 days later, she has to do it herself. Take out the garbage herself, and then she gets sick because she took it out. And now the son in the home playing video games while the mother comes back and is sick for 1 week. Before taking this out of context, realize the rights of our parents. If we don't acknowledge them and we don't promote them, then when your children, when your own children grow up and they ask you whether you want to be in the garage or be in the master bedroom, get ready to bring a warm blanket. Get ready for yourselves, because we've set ourselves up to be in that situation. In the most extreme case I give before I end, do I do jihad? What is that? Or do I serve my parents? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, first and foremost, what is jihad? Two things which every person, every human being, every country, every nation agrees with. Jihad is nothing more than, number one, to fight against oppression. Number two, to defend yourself. That's it. Fight against oppression, defend yourself. A man comes to Rasulullah ﷺ and says, Ya Rasulullah, I want to go in jihad. Another example, he says, I want to have the greatest reward from Allah, allow me to go in jihad. Rasulullah ﷺ instructs both of these individuals in two different narrations, do you have parents? He says, yes. And the words of Rasulullah ﷺ let us know where the status of the parents is. He says, go home and do jihad for them. Go home and do jihad for them. The society we are currently in, unfortunately, we don't even have the same language. That's partially due to the youth, due to the children, and partially due to the parents. We need to figure out a way to meet each other, somewhere in the middle, have the same language. When I mean the language, understanding the culture and the context, and opening ourselves to these discussions. Open ourselves to these discussions. And if we do that, I don't promise you, but I can certainly say we will see the changes in Uyghur. We will see the changes in Rohingya. We will see the changes in Palestine. But we have to start from home. We're not united in our own homes. How can we try to unite and to help and defend our fellow Muslims and brothers and other minorities? The second Jummah Salah is at 2:05 to 2:30. Please make sure to inform others who need an alternative time to pray to come and join, 2:05 to 2:30. Saturday, February 8th, the Silver Club, that's the club for 55 sisters, 55 years and older, wonderful initiative. They will be meeting from 4 to 6 p.m., February 8th, and Maulana Kashif's lecture will be after Isha, 8:15, and he will be talking about seeking a lawful livelihood, a religious obligation. Masjid Hamza, alhamdulillah, is having a voter registration. It is so important for us to vote, and in all levels, federal, state, and even county and even school boards, elections in the schools, it's so important for us to participate. Please make sure to do that. And they are fundraising for Elmont Islamic Center. They are in need of about they have 175,000 Qarz Hasana, and they are in need of immediate $16,700. If someone can help them repair their roof, and for the sake of the masjid can do this, please help them. They are here somewhere? They are in the back? Or? Okay, you can give it to Masjid Hamza and let them know, inshallah, and they will make sure it goes there, inshallah.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
الحمد لله علي الذات عظيم الصفات سميع السمات كبير الشأن جليل القدر رفيع الذكر مطاع الأمر جليل البرهان فقيم الاسم غزير العلم وسيع الحلم كثير الغفران جميل الثناء جزيل العطاء مجيب الدعاء عميم الإحسان سريع الحساب شديد العقاب أليم العذاب عزيز السلطان ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له في الخلق والأمر ونشهد أن سيدنا مولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله المبعوث إلى الأسود والأحمر المنوط بشرح صدر رفع الذكر وصلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه الذين هم خلاصة العرب العرباء وخير الخلائق بعد الأنبياء أما بعد فيا أيها الناس وحدوا الله فإن التوحيد رأس الطاعات واتقوا الله فإن التقوى ملاك الحسنات وعليكم بالسنة فإن السنة تهدي للطاعة ومن أطاع الله ورسوله فقد رشد واهتدى وإياكم بالبدعة فإن البدعة تهدي للمعصية ومن يعص الله ورسوله فقد ضل وغوى وعليكم بالصدق فإن الصدق ينجي والكذب يهلك وعليكم بالإحسان فإن الله يحب المحسنين أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وقال ربكم ادعوني أستجب لكم إن الذين يستكبرون عن عبادتي سيدخلون جهنم داخرين بارك الله لنا ولكم في القرآن العظيم ونفعنا وإياكم بالآيات وذكر الحكيم أستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين فاستغفروه إنه الغفور الرحيم الحمد لله يستعينه واستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا بين يدي الساعة من يؤتي الله ورسوله فقد رشد ومن يعصيهما فإنه لا يضر إلا نفسه ولا يضر الله شيئا أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك وصل على المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات وبارك على محمد وأزواجه وذريته وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قوا أنفسكم وقال الله تعالى في كتاب العزيز في القرآن المجيد بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم قوا أنفسكم وأهليكم نارا الله في أصحابي لا تتخذهم غرضا من بعدي فمن أحبهم فبحبي أحبهم ومن أبغضهم فببغضي أبغضهم وخير أمتي قرني ثم الذين يلونهم ثم الذين يلونهم والسلطان الله في الأرض أهانه الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون فاذكروني أذكركم واشكروا لي ولا تكفرون. أقم السلام.
الله أكبر. الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. حي على الصلاة، حي على الفلاح، قد قامت الصلاة، قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر، الله أكبر، لا إله إلا الله.
استووا واعتدلوا يرحمني يرحمكم الله. Kindly place your phones on silent. Please place your phones on silent. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى فجعله غثاء أحوى سنقرئك فلا تنسى إلا ما شاء الله إنه يعلم الجهر وما يخفى ونيسرك لليسرى فذكر إن نفعت الذكرى سيذكر من يخشى ويتجنبها الأشقى الذي يصلى النار الكبرى ثم لا يموت فيها ولا يحيا قد أفلح من تزكى وذكر اسم ربه فصلى بل تؤثرون الحياة الدنيا والآخرة خير وأبقى إن هذا لفي الصحف الأولى صحف إبراهيم وموسى. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. والضحى والليل إذا سجى ما ودعك ربك وما قلى وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى ولسوف يعطيك ربك فترضى ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى ووجدك ضالا فهدى ووجدك عائلا فأغنى فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر وأما السائل فلا تنهر وأما بنعمة ربك فحدث الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر السلام عليكم ورحمة الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار اللهم أجرنا من النار اللهم أجرنا من النار اللهم أجرنا من النار. Our friends and parents and relatives, those who pass away from this world, may Allah forgive their all kabira, sagira sins and grant them in Jannatul Firdaus. Rabbir hamuma kama rabbayani sagira. Rabbir hamuma kama rabbayani sagira. Rabbir hamuma kama rabbayani sagira. ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.